Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is Brooklyn Brewery's Post Road Pumpkin Ale. This is 5% alcohol by volume, 24 IBUs, brewed in Utica, New York by the Brooklyn Brewery. It is an ale brewed with pumpkin and spices. Best before date printed on bottle. Normally you can't see the dates that are printed on these brown bottles, but I can for this one. They use yellow ink. It says best by February 2019. So well within the freshness date, guys. Let's see. I'll read you this off the label here. It says, in the 18th century, colonial Americans brewed wonderful and interesting ales using local ingredients. Barley was the principal ingredient, but pumpkins were favored by brewers for their rich, spicy flavors, which melded perfectly with malted barley. Post Road brings you a delicious rendition of this traditional American classic. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Like I said, I've never had it. I have had the Brooklyn Lager. It's been years since I've had that. I think that's the only Brooklyn beer that I've ever had. Look at all that activity going on there. Got some yeast action going on with this one, it seems like. All right. A nice orange copper type color. Slightly off-white head, I guess somewhere in the khaki range. The head is creamy looking. As you could probably tell when I was pouring it out of the glass there, that foam at the end. Very, very silky, creamy looking head on it. Some nice streaming bubbles going up the glass. A good amount of them. Actually, this is not an etched glass, so looks pretty active in the carbonation department. Let's get an aroma. All right, very pumpkin pie spice oriented. Definitely picking up on some cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. A little bit of white pepper as well. Interesting. Like a peppery note. Very pumpkin pie spice oriented, not picking up on any hot presence on the aroma. Probably come through a little bit on the finish, 24 IBUs, which should come into play on the finish to kind of balance out the malt forward presentation that you typically get with these pumpkin beers. Because of all the malted barley and of course the pumpkin pie spices actually sweeten it up a little bit as well, particularly that cinnamon that they're using and nutmeg as well. It smells good. Let's go ahead and get into it. Cheers, guys. It almost tastes like this beer came out of a can. It's got like an aluminum, there's like a metallic component to this. A little strange. You're getting the pumpkin pie spice flavor, cinnamon, nutmeg, being the two primary flavors that I'm getting with this one. Not picking up on any vanilla like I do with some of the other pumpkin beers. There's a noticeable spiciness to this one, like a white pepper or black pepper type note in there, which is strange, really, for this style. I've never really noticed it in any of the other pumpkin beers that I've had. And then there is a noticeable hop bite on the back end, which kind of goes hand in hand with that peppery note. It is relatively light-bodied. It's crisp. It's clean. It's refreshing. It actually doesn't follow through as much as I thought it would from the aroma to the palate. The pumpkin pie spices although present, are very mild, actually. They don't dominate the flavor profile with this one, which can be a good thing, but I would like to see more pumpkin pie spice flavor because this is a pumpkin beer, and I'm just not really getting too much pumpkin uh, qualities with this one. Um, I would like a little bit more cinnamon in particular with this one. Um, that peppery note really is what sets this apart from other pumpkin beers that I've had. And it's kind of strange. It's not bad. It's just not what I would expect with this style. Um, it's, like I said, it's relatively light bodied. The carbonation is medium. It is crisp, clean, refreshing. The finish is super dry. Sessionability is high. I think the UFO pumpkin is much better than this. I think the Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin Wheat is much better than this. I think the Southern Tier Pumpkin Barrel Aged Pumpkin, um, Southern, I think I said that right. Southern Tier Rum Barrel Aged Pumpkin. Now that's like an Imperial. That's 13.4% alcohol, but that's one of the best pumpkin beers I've ever had. Um, this one just doesn't stack up to really any of the other pumpkin beers that I've had. It is good, but it just is lacking the character that those other ones have. This one's pretty simple. This is like, reminds me of a Shiner beer. Very generic, very simple, nothing offensive, but nothing really that outstanding to set it apart from other beers either. It's just kind of run-of-the-mill type stuff, but it is good. For me, it's on the lower end, though. I'm going to go with an 82 out of 100. Yeah, 82 out of 100. It has that weird peppery note. Um, I would like it to be a little bit more sweeter, a little bit more malty. It is super light body, though, easy drinking. And like I said, it is good, but it's an 82 out of 100, which for me is a B minus. But it's good. It is good. I would recommend trying it. I just bought a single and a pick your own 6-pack, so for $9.99 for the whole 6-pack. So got to pick out some interesting beers that I'm going to be drinking over the next few days, and I'm glad I tried it. I was very interested to try the pumpkin ale, and it won't be out for much longer this year anyway. So I wanted to try it before it was gone. So there you go, guys. 82 out of 100 for Brooklyn Brewery's Post Road Pumpkin Ale. Hope you guys all are having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.